You're working on the unicorn of the automobile world.
Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to our channel! A big story in the automobile world happened when David McNeil, the WeatherTech founder and CEO, joined one of the most exclusive clubs on Earth after paying a reported $70 million for a Tour de France winning 1963 Ferrari 250 GTO. The vehicle is believed to be the most expensive in the world. Here is a look inside the $70 million 1963 Ferrari 250 GTO. Before we start, I want you to hit that red subscribe button so that you never miss out on any of our videos. Number 4. The Ferrari 250 GTO. The Ferrari 250 GTO is a GT car produced by Ferrari from 1962 to 1964 for homologation into the FIA's Group 3 Grand Touring Car category. Designed by Gianni Bizzarrini and Sergio Scaglietti, Gran Turismo Omologato, Italian for Grand Touring Homologated. Just 36 of the 250 GTOs were manufactured between 1962 and 1964. This includes 33 cars with 1962-63 bodywork, Series 1, and 3 with 1964 Series 2 bodywork, similar to the Ferrari 250 LM. 4 of the older 1962-1963 cars were updated in 1964 with the Series 2 bodies. The current record for the world's most expensive car was set in June 2018, when a 1963 250 GTO was sold in a private sale for $70 million. In 2004, Sports Car International placed the 250 GTO 8th on a list of top sports cars of the 1960s and nominated it the top sports car of all time. Similarly, Motor Trend Classic placed the 250 GTO first on a list of the greatest Ferraris of all time. Popular Mechanics named it the hottest car of all time. Number 3. Engine. Aerodynamics are for people who can't build engines is an oft-repeated quote from Enzo Ferrari, and one which he probably regretted when considering cars like the 250 GTO. With form following function, this efficient shape was inadvertently one of the most voluptuous to grace a Ferrari chassis. Starting in 1954 with the 250 Europa GT, the engine, chassis, and body of the 250 series evolved into a greater product each year. The chassis and body were modified in secret to keep the whole car as low and aerodynamically efficient as possible. This meant moving the engine lower and further back in the chassis that allowed for a sleek new fastback body. The engine was the race-proven Tipo 168-62 Comp 3.0-liter 2,953cc V12, as used in the 250 Testarossa Le Mans winner. An all-alloy design utilizing a dry sump and 638 DCN Weber carburetors, it produced approximately 300 PS, 296 bhp, 221 kilowatts at 7,500 RPM, and 294 Nm, 217 lbf feet, 30 kgm at 5,500 RPM of torque. Number 2. Design and development. The 250 GTO was designed to compete in Group 3 GT racing, where its rivals would include the Shelby Cobra, Jaguar E-Type, and Aston Martin. The development of the 250 GTO was headed by Chief Engineer Gianni Bizzarrini. Further development of the 250 GTO was overseen by new engineer Mauro Forghieri, who worked with Scaglietti to continue development of the body. The mechanical aspects of 250 GTO were relatively conservative at the time of its introduction, using engine and chassis components that were proven in earlier competition cars. The car was built around a hand-welded oval tube frame, incorporating A-arm front suspension, rear live axle with Watts linkage, disc brakes, and Barani wire wheels. Bizzarrini focused his design effort on the car's aerodynamics in an attempt to improve top speed and stability. Early testing resulted in the addition of a rear spoiler. The underside of the car was covered by a belly pan and had an additional spoiler underneath, formed by the fuel tank cover. The aerodynamic design of the 250 GTO was a major technical innovation compared to previous Ferrari GT cars, and in line with contemporary developments by manufacturers such as Lotus. The bodies were constructed by Scaglietti, with the exception of early prototypes with bodies constructed in-house by Ferrari or Pininfarina. Cars were produced in many colors, with the most famous being the bright red Rossosina. Number 1. Racing. The 250 GTO's racing debut was at the 1962 12 Hours of Sebring, driven by American Phil Hill. Ferrari would go on to win the over 2000cc class of the FIA's International Championship for GT manufacturers in 1962, 1963, and 1964, the 250 GTO being raced in each of those years. 250 GTOs also won the 1963 and 1964 Tour de France automobile, marking Ferrari's 9-year dominance of that race. During the 1962-1964 racing season, only a few other GT-class models were consistently competitive with the 250 GTO. In addition to official Scuderia Ferrari entries, many 250 GTOs were also raced by independent racing teams and private drivers. This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so that you don't miss any of our videos in the future. Also, watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video.